by only by wealth, grades, or titles, but by character, vision, discipline, empathy, and the ability to positively influence others. In every corner of the globe, from classrooms in Pakistan to corporate offices in New York, from startups in Dubai to universities in Finland, people are searching for principles that can help them live meaningful and effective lives. In this inspiring global dialogue, we explore the timeless wisdom of Stephen Covey and his world famous book, The Seven Habits of Highly Effective People. These habits are not just rules for success, they are for they are powerful life principles that shape leadership, communication, relationships, productivity, and personal growth. Through thought provoking questions, practical answers, and real world examples, this discussion invites students, teachers, professionals, entrepreneurs, and lifelong learners to discover how small daily habits can create extraordinary global impact. This is Fazal Qasim, the CEO, Palex Educational Complex and Global Dialogue Series. We are going to be connected with ChatGPT to commence our discussions. Hello.
Hey, I'm here and ready to help. What's on your mind today?
Today we are going to have discussion about the book of Stephen Covey,
That's
Seven Habits of Highly Effective People.
perfect choice. It's such a classic. We can dive into any of the habits you like or discuss how they've played out in real life for people. What aspect would you like to focus on first?
I think we should focus the book of Stephen Covey and give examples from our real lives.
Absolutely. I love that idea. So we can go through each habit and link it to real life examples, maybe from your own experiences or common situations, like in work, education, or even personal goals. Which habit would you like to start with? Maybe be
I think
proactive or
first of all, we need to know what what does being proactive mean.
Great idea. So, being proactive is really about taking responsibility for your life. Instead of reacting to external events or blaming circumstances, you recognize that your choices shape your outcomes. For example, if you face a difficult project at work, a proactive person might break it down, seek solutions, and take initiative rather than just waiting for things to happen. Does that example resonate with you, or would you like another kind of scenario?
I think if you give any other practical example.
Of course. Let's say, for example, you're a student preparing for a big exam. Instead of just waiting until the last minute to cram, a proactive approach would be creating a study schedule early, breaking tasks down, and asking for help if you need it. In short, it's about staying ahead and being intentional with your choices.
Can you give an example from the book of Stephen Covey?
Absolutely. One of Covey's examples is a man who chooses to respond positively when his boss criticizes him. Instead of feeling victimized, he takes ownership by asking for feedback, adjusting his approach, and using the situation as a growth opportunity. Covey emphasizes that even in tough moments, we can choose our responses proactively, and that builds personal power.
Great. Why is setting goals important?
Setting goals is crucial because it gives you a clear vision of where you want to go. Covey calls this begin with the end in mind. When you have a goal, it shapes your daily actions, keeps you motivated, and ensures you're working towards something meaningful. For instance, if you aim to become a public speaker, setting small goals like joining a local club or giving a presentation keeps you on track to that bigger dream.
Okay. So goal give directions and purpose to life.
Exactly. They act like a compass, helping navigate your daily decisions and keep you aligned with your long term vision. Without goals, it's easy to feel lost or drift without purpose. When you define what you want, each step you take moves you closer to that meaningful future.
Wonderful. Okay. And what is the importance of time management?
Time management is so important because it helps you prioritize what really matters. Covey talks about focusing on important tasks, not just urgent ones, so you can put your energy toward goals that align with your values.
Hmm.
A teacher might block off specific time for planning lessons or grading rather than just reacting to emails all day. In that way, you control your focus and avoid wasting time.
Okay, what technique of prioritization he emphasizes?
Covey emphasizes what's often called the time management matrix, which he divides into four quadrants. Quadrant I is urgent and important tasks. Quadrant 2 is not urgent but important. This is where you want to spend most of your time. Quadrant 3 is urgent but not important. And Quadrant 4 is neither. He encourages people to focus on Quadrant 2, those important but not urgent tasks, because they help you prevent crises and work toward long term goals.
Great. And what does think win-win mean?
Think win win is all about seeking mutual benefit in every interaction. Instead of approaching life with a zero sum mentality where one person wins and the other loses, Covey suggests we work toward solutions that benefit everyone.
Hmm.
Two business partners might collaborate so both get a fair share of profit rather than competing and one side being resentful.
Right. Why should we listen before speaking?
Listening before speaking is vital because it builds trust and understanding. Covey calls this seek first to understand, then to be understood. When we really listen, we show respect and open the door for more meaningful dialogue. For example, in a team meeting, if a leader listens carefully to a colleague's concerns before offering advice, it creates a stronger, more collaborative atmosphere.
Great. So, understanding others first builds trust, empathy, and stronger relationships.
Exactly. When we take the time to really understand someone else's perspective, they feel heard and valued. That builds a foundation of trust, which is essential whether you're working in a global team, a classroom, or even just in your family, because people are more open when they feel understood.
Okay, and what does synergy mean according to him?
According to Covey, synergy is when the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. It's about teamwork, where people with different strengths come together and create something better than they could alone. For
Hmm.
example, in a diverse project team, one member might bring technical skills, another might bring creative ideas, and together they come up with an innovative solution that none of them would have thought of separately.
Great. And why is continuous self improvement necessary?
Continuous self improvement, or what Covey calls sharpening the saw, is necessary because over time we need to renew ourselves physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Without growth, we stagnate. For instance, a teacher might regularly take professional development courses, not just to stay relevant, but to keep growing, stay energized, and avoid burnout.
Wonderful. Okay, how can habits shape personality?
Habits shape personality because they're the small, repeated actions we take every day. Over time, these repeated behaviors become ingrained, forming our character. As Covey says, sow a habit, reap a character.
Oh,
For example, a habit of daily journaling might help you become more self aware and reflective, shaping you into a more thoughtful person.
what role does discipline play in success?
Discipline is like a bridge between goals and accomplishments. Covey stresses that discipline helps you stay focused, especially when motivation dips. For instance, a writer who commits to writing 500 words daily, even when tired or uninspired, builds the habit that ultimately leads to a finished book.
Great. And how can effective communication improve leadership?
Effective communication is at the heart of great leadership because it ensures that your vision, values, and expectations are clear. Covey points out that leaders who communicate openly inspire trust and alignment. For example, a principal who regularly shares school goals and listens to teachers' feedback creates a more collaborative and motivated school culture.
Wonderful. Why is emotional intelligence important?
Emotional intelligence is crucial because it allows us to recognize and manage both our own emotions and those of others. Covey highlights that leaders with high emotional intelligence connect better, resolve conflicts more easily, and create supportive environments. For instance, a manager who stays calm during stressful meetings will keep the team focused and motivated.
Okay. So
Is anything else?
the team leader should be cool minded.
Exactly. When a team leader stays calm, they help everyone feel safe and focused. That emotional steadiness allows the whole team to problem solve, adapt, and stay motivated, even during challenges.
How does positive thinking influence life?
Positive thinking can have a huge impact because it boosts resilience, creativity, and confidence. Covey suggests that a positive mindset helps you view setbacks as opportunities.
Hmm.
For example, a business owner who stays optimistic after a failed product can pivot, learn from mistakes, and eventually build a stronger business.
And why is teamwork essential in the modern world?
Teamwork is essential because today's challenges are often too complex for one person to solve alone. Covey points out that when people from different backgrounds and skills collaborate, they create better, more innovative solutions.
One.
International teams working climate change projects bring diverse perspectives, which helps them design solutions that are more effective globally.
Great. Why is the connection between values and effective? What is the connection between values and effectiveness?
The connection is that values are the foundation of true effectiveness. Covey argues that when your actions align with your core values, like integrity, fairness, or compassion, you build trust, credibility, and long term success. For
One.
example, a business that prioritizes honesty in all its dealings earns customer loyalty and sustainability in the long run.
Okay, one last question. What is the biggest lesson from Stephen Covey's habits?
The biggest lesson is that lasting success comes from within. It's not just about tactics, but about building character, self mastery, and living with purpose. Covey shows us that when we focus on who we are becoming, we don't just achieve goals, we create a life of meaning and contribution.
Great. Dear viewers and ChatGPT, the Seven Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey is more than just a self-help book. It is a global guide to personal excellence, leadership, communication, and lifelong growth. Stephen
Ex-
Covey reminds us that real success begins from within and grows through discipline, empathy, teamwork, and continuous improvement. In a world connected by technology, education, and globalization, these habits help individuals become not only effective professionals but also responsible global citizens. Whether you are a student, teacher, entrepreneur, or leader, practicing these habits can transform your mindset, relationships, and future. Over to you, ChatGPT.
Thanks. I'm really glad we could dive into that. If you have any other books or topics you'd like to explore or any other reflections, just let me know.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, ChatGPT, and thanks a lot, viewers. We'll see you in the next episode, and bye for now.
You're very welcome. It was a pleasure discussing this with you. Take care, and I look forward to our next conversation. Bye for now.
Bye for now.